And here we are. As I mentioned, Daybreak is our map for this game number 7 between Evil Geniuses and Prime. And up at the top left part, top right rather, part of the map, we have our pink Zerg player from the team Prime, winning a bunch of games already, getting his team 1 win away from advancing. It is BboongBboong. And down in the bottom left in the red, playing Protoss from Team Evil Geniuses, he is their final hope. It is JYP.
Now, we already know that MKP and Creator are out, so this is certainly still a uphill task for JYP, but if he takes those down, you know, he's still got some good players to go through, but kind of their aces of Team League are already out, so it's not inconceivable that he would come back and win 3 games in a row, but it will still be very tough. Yeah,
for sure. Daybreak is a map that is pretty balanced too. I mean, it's not a bad map for Zerg. It's not a bad map for Protoss in this matchup. So we'll have to see what JYP has planned. 2 base, of course, still very powerful in the Protoss versus Zerg matchup. But Zergs, you know, do always have a good chance to defend it too. It really comes down a lot of times to how well the Zerg scouts. You know, do they see something coming? And then if it does end up being a 3rd base situation for Protoss, how do they respond?
Well, no surprise out of BboongBboong so far. Pool first. Looks like JYP. We'll see. Well, he's already queued up to 16 probes, so he could certainly still throw a forge. We've seen some players, depending on what they're able to scout from their opponent, that will decide to still forge on 17 or something like that, but more than likely, it's going to be a Nexus first.
Yeah, it looks like it will just be a 16 Nexus from JYP, so really economic Nexus going down for him. Usually you see it on 15 more than 16, so interesting choice there. And, I mean, it's a brave thing to do, too, against BboongBboong, honestly. I mean, he's such an aggressive Zerg player that even in a matchup like this where the openings are fairly laid out and fairly standard no matter who's playing them these days, it's still, I feel, a bit of a risky move by JYP. But we'll see what happens. Nothing saying right now that BboongBboong's going to try to take advantage of this, but you never know. I mean, it is BboongBboong. I always feel like when I watch one of his games, I just can't prepare, you know? He just could do anything.
Well, I will say, though, he's played pretty standard so far in the 3 games that we've seen him. Of course, has taken 3 wins in a row. The last one was very fortunate that he caught those barracks in the middle of the map as early as he did. But still, he's played well.
It's true. I wonder if he's eating that same pizza that he ate last time. I'm trying to remember who he did that against.
He's just perpetually eating the same piece of pizza. It sustains him in his entire life.
Yeah, I feel like it was a pretty big match, too, but I can't remember who they were playing. It's going to bug me. I'm going to have to go on the GoMTV website and figure that out later.
Important to note, though, of course, that the loser of this match is eliminated. We'll be down to our final 6 teams in the tournament. The winner will move on to play StarTale in the next round. So here's kind of our schedule coming up pretty soon. Tomorrow we are going to have Slayers versus LG Incredible Miracle. That is our winners bracket finals. Then on Wednesday we're going to have MVP versus Liquid. Should certainly be a very fun match. And then on Thursday we're going to have, of course, the winner of this versus StarTale. So that's kind of our schedule coming up over this week.
Yep, should be pretty intense, pretty exciting either way. Can't wait to see who's going to make it out to San Francisco.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I mean, it could be anyone from the lower bracket.
And if it's Slayers or IM from the upper bracket, I'm pretty happy either way.
Yeah, I was about to say that. I mean, either way from the upper bracket, we're getting a really awesome team to see play live, too. So
yeah,
that would be quite cool.
So Alicia guy's been playing pretty well lately.
No kidding, man.
Taking second in every tournament, but you know, hey, he's been playing well.
Well, I mean, it's only a matter of time if he keeps trying before he turns those second places into first places.
Marine King did it.
Yeah, I mean, look at Marine King. It took him almost a year, you know, and he's winning stuff.
Okay, well, 3rd gas coming down for JYP. No 4th gas quite yet, so that's we'll see if this ends up becoming some sort of a strong gateway attack, or if he flips things on its head here in a bit and just decides to put down the 4th gas a little bit later. But certainly kind of interesting to note, and BboongBboong is going to see just that 3rd gas on the way.
Yep. See if he can flip his world upside down, just like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
That's I don't know if we want to go that extreme. That's need to back off of that.
That's right. I don't know what sports people play in StarCraft 2, but probably different than b-ball outside of the school.
No, it persists. All right, it's it will be for all time. Yes.
Sure.
Young Terran kids.
basketball is one of those timeless sports.
Yeah. I think so, man. Putting a ball in a hoop, it's...
yeah, people have been doing that for a long time.
It's been throughout humanity.
Well, Twilight Council on the way right now for JYP as we see that Stalker get chased away. And, ooh, a bit of a forward pylon here. So it looks like Blink Stalkers with +2 are going to be the order of the day, I would imagine.
You are not going to scout this again.
About to catch that. He is about to catch that Stalker. Wow, nice catch from BboongBboong. Really well done without Zergling speed, too. That is impressive. Man.
Well, there are multiple forward pylons coming down now for JYP.
he's like, oh, yeah. Zergling speed would have made that a lot easier to catch that Stalker. I should get that. There we go.
Well, it's on the way. Better late than never, right?
Yeah.
Well,
it's all part of the plan. Don't worry.
+1 weapons is done, and he does have +2 coming up now as he starts his 3rd Nexus. So JYP going to put on pressure behind 3 gates and +1.
Interesting. Okay.
But already starting +2, maybe even just feigning at pressure for now.
I think the Zealots are waiting for another warp, and then they might try to do it. But BboongBboong looks like he's ready. I mean, he's already got some roaches. He's got plenty of lings, as you can see. He's got 2 spine crawlers and a queen. Yeah, so if JYP does go after the 3rd, and it's going to be only Zealots, too, saving that gas, it looks like. But if he does attack that 3rd, it's going to be well defended. Right now, the Zealots just looking a little bit lost. They don't know where to go. They're like, oh, what is our purpose in life? Well, are we just meant to guard the Selnaga Tower?
Well, let's be very zealous about this because that's about as good as we've got.
Yep.
Well, a few Zerglings do get chewed up there, but the Roaches are going to push forward and actually deal out some considerable damage to these Zealots. Zerglings just more tanking than anything else. And the Zealots are pushed back. No damage done by JYP, but of course, he wasn't looking to do that much. He is establishing his 3rd now, starting to wall that in with a few gateways as well.
Yep, so still should be relatively safe. I mean, BboongBboong could decide to just max out and put a lot of pressure on him, and he does have, he would have 2 cannons to contend with. And that's a weird angle for those Zerglings, yeah, so they're going to run away as well. Spire on the way for BboongBboong, okay.
Ooh,
May see some Mutalisk play, it looks like here. I like the addition of Roach speed as well. I mean, it's Roaches are such a good unit, obviously. In Zerg versus Protoss, you still want to, you know, buy Roach speed. It's a cheap upgrade, makes your Roaches so much more useful in getting around and defending. And the idea here is that he's going to be able to, in his mind, I think, hopefully kill a lot of the forces off, so when the Mutalisks hit, he's going to have less units to deal with, and here we go.
And there's not too many Zealots up at the front. Most of the damage dealers are in these Stalkers, but already a lot of energy is gone from the Sentries. In fact, they don't even have enough for Guardian Shield at the moment. Now, not even another Force Field. So a few forces are going to go down here. Photon Cannon up at the front as well. Most of the Sentries are surviving, though, if with very little energy.
Yeah, no energy, and I mean, that's great for BboongBboong, because sometimes you're like, oh, I didn't really kill a lot of those units, now they might be able to move out and do damage to me, but without energy on those sentries, it's going to be really tough. He's going to deny this hatchery, no problem, but all in all, BboongBboong, you know, like I mentioned earlier, just setting himself up for a big Mutalisk attack. Look at that, he's got almost 1,200 minerals, 1,200 gas saved up right now, a little bit more minerals and gas, and if he, wow, he's actually, oh, he barely can't save the hatchery, but man, he has got a ton of mutas on the way. 13 started right now. JYP may be in some trouble here.
That is a lot of gas. As we can see, just 4 Stalkers and 6 Sentries on the field for anti-air. Yes, there are a couple of Photon Cannons up, but 15. Still, that's not going to defend 15 Mutalisks.
Yeah, I mean, that attack from BboongBboong worked great. I mean, he killed some stuff. He used up a lot of the energy on the Sentries to prevent the possibility of a counterattack. Now, JYP, I think he does kind of suspect Mutalisks a little bit. He is getting a lot of Stalkers. He will have +2 on those. So they will be strong. You know, it will be a strong force to go up against with the Mutas. But if BboongBboong can keep kind of perpetually harassing while keeping his Mutas alive, he could do well. And look at this. That is a huge amount of Mutalisks, and he might just be able to kill the Nexus right here. Well, oh, man, can JYP get back in time? He can. Oh, he even saves the pylon.
Yeah, a little bit of miscontrol there from BboongBboong, just a little bit, but he is able to keep everything alive, and he's actually gathering himself for a big attack up here at the top. But then again, all the damage was done economically. He denied mining here for quite a while, continues to push himself ahead, continues to add on to his Zergling count, which is actually getting very significant, and investing into his Infestation Pit and Mailing Nest.
There's no AoE out. There's no Colossi. There's no Templar. So, yeah, Zerglings are going to be a great decision for BboongBboong. Picking off a cannon there, he's like, yeah, you don't even have enough damage to scare my mutas. And he's attacking at the natural with all those Zerglings as well, forcing the Stalkers to stay home. And that third base is in some trouble.
It really is. Continued warp-ins happening here, and it looks like, yeah, JYP has to move back and start defending up at the front. He is able to do that pretty effectively. Another huge round of Zerglings has started, though, and they are sitting on 1-0 upgrades. Just Carapace, no weapons for now.
Yeah, just kind of making sure that the Zelts can't two-shot them, making them last a little bit longer. The Zerglings are all just to kind of serve the purpose to let BboongBboong get a higher and higher Mutalisk count right now, it seems like. And again, just being annoying, harassing those cannons, making JYP spend more to rebuild them. And there we go. Here's where that +1 Carapace comes in handy.
And JYP is attacking over the hatchery, and he was actually attacking through the middle of the map as well. Oh, he's not going to finish off the hatchery. He's just going to go after Zerglings, and the Zerglings are able to defend. A lot of production already being shut down.
Yep, depowering some stuff, and look at this, immediately running those mutas away. Yeah, he doesn't want to fight just yet. He's got 4 more on the way. The idea is to build the highest Mutalisk count you can possibly get. Just max out on it. Used to see it on Telderm Ultra all the time. More pressure at the third. Oh, that's a lot of probes.
Oh, yes it is. And while he's worried about these Mutalisks, this entire gateway wall is going to go down up in the front. So this is continued damage being done by BboongBboong. However, there's a Warp Prism making its way in. Oh, but not enough units, and BboongBboong is on top of this. He defends the Zealots with ease.
Yeah, definitely. So things going pretty well for BboongBboong so far. I mean, he's really keeping JYP penned up inside of his base. He hasn't lost a lot of probes just yet, but he's just had to spend a lot. Oh, losing the Warp Prism does hurt, but he has had to spend a lot on remaking cannons, remaking pylons. And here we go. BboongBboong thinking about engaging there. He does have a large amount of speedlings, but again, I think it's good to sort of like buy your time, you know. He does have a huge amount of mutas out, so it wasn't quite the time to do it yet. And there are some Archons out too, so that'll be helpful.
Yeah, that AoE is so useful against the Zerglings that are on the ground, even the Mutalisks that are in the air. But here it comes, a little bit of an engagement. The Stalkers do not have a blink available to them quite yet. The Archons, though, are dishing out some pretty good damage up at the front, but it's still not enough. The huge Mutalisk count is just enough to drive these back.
Yeah, even though Archons, I mean, they do have +3 weapons. They're very strong, but they can't do damage fast enough against that amount of Mutalisks. 8 more on the way right now.
Oh my
showing us how it's done, killing so many probes.
That is insane.
Oh, JYP.
How many workers? 19.
JYP is going to have such a hard time coming back from this. I mean, a lot of Protoss players in this case would try to go for Templar and Storm to kind of slowly build back up again, but yeah, it's gonna be a challenge here.
Tried to hold position around that, but it doesn't matter. Prime has taken the set. Evil Geniuses is eliminated from Team Arena Challenge 3. Prime will be moving on to face their old buddies.